He's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his son, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama Nation. Together, they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations with the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, their comment, and their reaction. Join our online maniacs at facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff, so buckle up and get ready. Cause this is the sound of Bama sports. The Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier is live. Roll Tide, roll!
Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier on this free-for-all Friday powered by Box Eye Care and by I'm sorry, I just drew a blank.
TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness.
TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. We have, of course, a special guest, as you can see here with us today, Simeon Houston, the caboose of the Houston family. And we got a lot to get into today. It is, of course, a free-for-all Friday. It's the day before the Iron Bowl. Is Alabama going to be able to get 10 wins? Get that streak started back? Is Alabama going to continue and move to the other hand in the Iron Bowl series? We'll hit hoops. The tiebreaker for today is Ty's passing yards. We're going to hit the players of the game, keys to victory. We'll hit over Alabama's injury list that has a couple of surprise names on it this week as we get into the game, and we've got a lot to get into. Over to you, Pops.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome into the program. We want to welcome in all of our maniacs. Whether you listen online or whether you listen via the radio airwaves, we welcome you into the program. Getting a little feedback, guys. I'll work through that, so y'all hang with us. We want to welcome in Simeon. Good morning, Simeon. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you. Glad to have you in. So let's make sure that we have a great day. The maniacs jumping in on the hotline, so we'll get them in. If you want to get in on the conversation, you can always jump in by calling us at 205-342-9904, 205-342-9904. That's the hotline. And you can also, of course, add your comments. If you're a maniac, we'll welcome you into the program and get your thoughts as well. It's the eve of Alabama versus Auburn. It is the hottest game, the biggest rivalry. Everybody tries to claim it, but none can take its place. It is absolutely the biggest rivalry in college football. So let's get it going. X, remember that this is the day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time today to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. X, take it away.
All right, hey, getting ready to kick things off. We're going to hit Bama hoops real quick. Bama got a 105-72 win over Maryland on Wednesday night. That's Bama's second win in a row of 30-plus points. When you look at it tonight, that night, LeBaron Fallon led the way with 20 points, but Aiden Holloway had a double-double, 17 points, 10 assists. Bama had 5 guys in double points, including the 3 freshmen. When you look at it, Amari Allen, London Jamison, Davion Hanna, along with Taylor Bowen and Aiden Sherrill, who finished with 11 and 9. So Bama showing its depth. And remember, this team still is not at full strength. No Jaleel Bethea, no Latrell Wrightsell. Of course, the second incarnation of Big O, the true freshman center, also still out with injury. So thoughts on that game real quick, or what Alabama and Nate Oates are doing so far in the season?
Well, for those of you who don't know, Simeon and I suffer from the same thing. We're basketball players trapped in football players' bodies. So I'll let Simeon respond first.
Absolutely. Uh, Definitely football players. I mean, basketball players trapped in football players' bodies. But from what I saw, especially stating back from the Gonzaga game, it was really all on Fallon to win that game. And there really wasn't much help from the supporting cast, but to see those last two games and see Aiden Holloway step up, that was really huge. And for all the freshmen to get in on the scoring as well.
Yeah, let me ask all three of you guys. And I want you to come in as well, Wyatt. When you look at this basketball team, we have two losses, and if you're playing against us, if you can be physical, tenacious, and hit the boards, that's our Achilles heel right now. We came back off of even though it was a double digit loss, it was a lot closer game. Missed free throws and just got dominated on the board. Um, if Alabama can figure out how to fix that, is this a legit Final Four, Final Two national championship team, guys? X, you go first.
Yes, this team, if they can just get that physicality part down, I think they can be. And the question is, how do you do it? And it's really starts with the bigs in that case. And I called it out after the Gonzaga game. I said, can these guys be physical enough? They don't have to be Shaq down low. They just have to be physical enough, and that's what I've seen the last two games from Williamson, from Cheryl. But not only that aspect of it, that the 2 and 3 options have stepped up. Aiden Holloway got back hot. And then you're looking at the 3 option doesn't have to be the same guy. It can be somebody else, but we're seeing that happen as well.
Simeon.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, with having the freshman big man out, that's going to hurt on the boards as well. But I think with having Cheryl and Williamson, if they can pick up on the boards, I can definitely see this team making an Elite Eight, a Final Four run.
Wyatt.
This is one of the most talented rosters I think Bama's had under Nate Oates. If they can consistently keep Holloway or Millette as that other guy besides Reitzel, who you know can go for 20 plus of just about every single night, rely on Keaton Bristow and Aiden Terrell to kind of step up a little bit on the boards. And I definitely think this can be a Final Four caliber roster. I am worried, though, if they do run into a team that's got some bigs, these teams that are known to have big guys like a Duke, like a Gonzaga, like UConn did a couple of years ago. I worry about competing for a championship, but I do think this is a Final Four roster, especially if they're shooting the way that they were against Maryland the other night.
Yeah, because when you think about it, man, the reason I say this roster can do it is if I think this is his most talented shooting roster. We have gotten absolutely annihilated. Purdue out rebounded us by 28, and they were up by 2 at the end of the game. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see Duke. I don't see Purdue having this humongous gap of watching that game and saying, okay, if Purdue does this, if Purdue does that, they're going to be hard to beat. I think Purdue did their thing. I look at Gonzaga and I look and I go, what's the likelihood that they're going to get what they got from Grant night in and night out? I think but what Grant got was effort play. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's to me the ticket is we don't have to have a big man that can play with their big man, because I think we can swap threes for twos. We just can't get annihilated on the board in its tenaciousness. And to me, it's not just the 5. It's the 4 and the 3. I think this team needs – our guards got no rebounds. Our 3 got no rebounds in the first half against Gonzaga. I mean, and their third guy, big guy, had like 8 rebounds, and 5 of them were like offensive rebound putback. So I think that they really have a good chance there.
Yeah, and just to put the wraps on this before we move on to football, when I think about it, the injuries Alabama has right now, I think have the potential to be the best thing for this team, because you trust a Latrell Wrightsell. You're going to trust a Jalil Bethea in SEC play in the tournament. But now you're getting to find out what the young guys have, what your other role players have. Bristow missed the other night. Didn't even talk about him. But Jemison, Hannah, and Allen, them getting these minutes is going to be huge at the end of the season when you're really not that true freshman anymore.
Yeah, and Bo Bolin can't be a ghost like he was against Gonzaga.
No.
He was virtually non-existent. So as we get the break here, you're in on this Friday edition of the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. Or maybe it's the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Sons this morning, as Simeon is helping us close out this Friday edition, powered by TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. Go check them out at tjspharmacy.com. That's tjspharmacy.com. TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness, your local pharmacy. They can help you with all of your pharmacy needs, even get you a prescription right to the exact dosage based on your needs. They'll know you, they'll understand you, and they will make sure that you're taken care of. They have that new location at 303 Hargrove Road East, but the same great service, same great team. TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness, powering the Free For All Friday. Coming back on the other side, we're going to get into this Iron Bowl. Hey, guys, don't forget to get your score prediction in honor of Ty Simpson having his best game on tomorrow. Tiebreaker is Ty Simpson's passing yards. We'll be back on the other side right here on the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Sons, Xavier and Simeon. We'll be back in just a moment.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Today, the roads are pretty quiet with light to moderate traffic as we recover from Thanksgiving. It's accident-free right now, but please be mindful of ongoing long-term road projects. Drive safely and enjoy the smooth ride. We've got long-term in place, Skyland Boulevard between 359 and Buttermilk Road. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I am Armetta Landrum.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Payments from $199 a month and up to $6,500 off select Nissan models, only at Townsend Nissan. Lifetime warranty, free oil changes, and a pre-approval with no impact to your credit. TownsendNissan.com.
Indeed sponsored jobs gives your job posting a turbo boost. Match with the candidates you're looking for, making your hiring simple. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Again, that's Indeed.com/credit.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com, or call 205-342 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Did you know that 90% of the lawyers you see or hear advertised aren't even in Alabama? Just think about that. I used this guy, Stephen Mesrano, twice because he did what no other lawyers could do. He won for me, and he can win for you. Mez wins.
Thanks, guys. I'm attorney Stephen Mesrano, and I win. Call me, 205-800-8000, and let me fight for you. And when you call, you'll actually talk to me. 205-800-8000. I've got this.
No representations made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Alabama football is back, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Crimson Tide. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Sold in stadium and at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
'Tis the season for holidays on the plaza. The city of Tuscaloosa's favorite outdoor ice skating rink is back and better than ever. Make magical memories with the whole family at Government Plaza, November 24th to January 1st. Skate passes and season tickets make great early gifts and can be purchased on site. Looking to host a private party or celebration? We've got you covered. Learn more about private party packages, hours of operation, and when Santa will be here at holidaysontheplaza.com.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
It's 29 degrees in Tuscaloosa. Cold and dry today with a sunny sky, the high 49. Another freeze tonight, clear, the low 29. Tomorrow increasingly cloudy, the high 54. Sunday cloudy with rain likely, especially during the morning hours, the high Sunday 53. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9.
It's time for the Martin Houston Show. With the same hard-hitting, no-nonsense approach in which he played the game, Martin will take you inside the locker room, down on the field, and across the goal line with his in-depth analysis.
Welcome back into the program. I'm Martin Houston. That's Xavier Houston. That's Simeon Houston. We are live local on this post-Thanksgiving show. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Pray that all went well and you had a great day. Also, we're the eve of the Alabama-Auburn game. But before we get into that, it kind of came out of nowhere. Maybe you guys knew it was coming, but shout out to Jamarcus Shepard in Oregon State. What a big deal, right? Is that Wyatt? You're the guy to make sure. I looked it up on CBS, unless I ended up on a CBS Sports fake site. It was so out of the blue. I was like, I'm not sure if it's true or not. My wife was showing me. I'm like, is this real? So, but anyway, kudos and congratulations to him. And maybe it could be fake news at some point.
Did he take the job?
Last
CBS.
Night, CBS wrote an article saying Oregon State is hiring Shepard. I know there was a lot of they're targeting Shepard, or Shepard's the top option, or he's a finalist, and then the other guy backed out of the job. But last night, CBS did put out an article that Oregon State is hiring Jamarcus Shepard.
That's why I'm like hesitant to say it. It's like, I think it's real. It was on a very reputable site. So
it normally On3 will have it pretty quick too, and I've seen nothing from them.
Right, and that's why I'm leery in saying it, Wyatt. I've learned in this business, you kind of try to find multiple sources, but also don't want to be like obvious story and then we act like we didn't know anything about it. So I'll be okay for his sake. Awesome. For Bama's sake, I'll be okay if Shep comes back. I think Shep has a lot to do with this culture that what's his name has built here in Tuscaloosa, and he would be a huge, huge loss, I think, in terms of the buy-in that DeBoer has been able to get. So, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say because the last thing I've seen on it is looking like, oh, okay, if Coach Shep, if you got the job, congratulations on the opportunity. Who's going to be the wide receivers coach next year? Because we need those guys back.
Like I said, it's a huge, huge hit. But let's get into this Iron Bowl, man. Take it away. Simi, you have anything on that, Coach Shep?
I mean, I guess if it's true, congratulations.
All right. X.
Yeah. So Alabama is getting ready to take on Auburn tomorrow. It's at Jordan Hare. We've talked all week about the voodoo, the curse, the hex that Auburn fans have put on that place. But Alabama has won the last two there. Alabama has won three out of the last five, however you want to look at it, in Jordan Hare. And the last two have been the last three games down there have been in crazy fashion, no matter how you want to call it. From the 2019 game, Mac Jones, the interception off the back for a touchdown at the goal line, the 4 overtime game, and of course the grave digger, Jalen Monroe's pass to I forget his name, but anyway, Bama's able to win there the last couple of times. What does Alabama have to do tomorrow to get the victory and get to the SEC championship game to keep these playoff hopes alive?
Simeon, I'll let you take it first.
I think Ty Simpson has to have a bounce back game. He's missed on a couple throws each game. I feel like it's kind of progressively gotten worse, but also the offensive line play has to step up, has to be consistent. And people can talk what they want about the offensive line, but it's been all five guys that have struggled sometimes, not just the right guard and the right tackle. And so if they're all five of those guys are playing and they're playing well, I think Alabama will take care of business and it won't be that close.
Who do you think is the top five, Simeon, and X? I'll let you respond.
Top five offensive line?
Yes.
You're starting five.
Parker Brailsford. I would have. Parker Brailsford at center. Wilkin Formby at right guard. Carroll at right tackle, and then Proctor at left tackle. And then I would have Cam Dewberry at left guard.
And that's how I would start. And that's how I would start it off tomorrow. Just because, say what you want about the loss, and it's crazy that we lost that game, but I think overall that was probably the best the offensive line has looked. When you go back and look at the sacks that game, I would say 2 or 3 of them because Ty held on to the ball too long. They truly only got one sack in that game where they just beat the offensive line, in my opinion. Now, granted, that might have been the fumble, but that might have been the one where they just flat out beat the offensive line. But I think that is probably going to be the most successful lineup because you saw it be the most successful lineup earlier in the season where they would rotate and put Wilkin in at guard and Carroll in at tackle. That gives you your best opportunity, in my opinion.
Why do you think that rotation is so much better? Because you look at a 6'7", 6'8" guy at guard, you don't normally see that. But for some reason, I think Wilkin and Carroll is better than Jaden Robertson. Wilkin, Michael Carroll, and Wilkin at guard and tackle. I think that's the best setup. Why do you think that is?
I would say just because of technique-wise, maybe it allows Wilkin to fire off the ball harder. There was one play, I think it was for Daniel Hill's touchdown in the Eastern Illinois game. It was a down block, and he got to the linebacker. That opened up the hole for the Daniel Hill touchdown against Eastern Illinois. I just think it allows him to maybe play more off of instinct than having to stress too much.
I think Michael Carroll is better in space a little bit. He's got quicker feet than Wilkin does, but Wilkin is really good in what you call the phone booth. And when you allow Wilkin to be in that phone booth, and what I mean by that is closed off area, 2 to 3 yards left, right, and just fire off. I think that's what Wilkin's really good at.
Wyatt, you got anything to add to that?
Nah, I think Wilkins' best position is guard, and then you've got one of your more talented offensive linemen in Michael Carroll. If you can keep those two paired together on that right side, I think that is your best lineup. I wonder if some of these other guys are struggling to identify pressure packages off that right side, and that's why, because I think probably your most talented lineup is Jaden Roberts at guard and Michael Carroll at tackle. But I'm wondering if Carroll's struggling to identify, just because he's so young right now, if he's struggling to identify those pressure packages. And so that's why you see a guy like Wilkin on the field at the same time, because Wilkin's doing a better job of identifying that than maybe what Roberts is. And Carroll's just too young at this point to really pick up on that at this point.
And you just nailed it. I do think all of those are legit. I do think that Wilkin, couple things there. Carroll and Brailsford. Look at Carroll and Brailsford versus all the other linemen. And you can throw Lloyd into that. Brailsford, Carroll, Lloyd into what type of offensive lineman this offensive package requires. But Sanders. I think that's why you saw those young guys play. But the other piece of that is I think Wilkin doesn't have to play backwards as much from the guard, so you get to take advantage of that 6'8", 320-pound body leaning forward in the run game. But I also think he can cover up some space and some misses in the pass. And Wyatt hit it, and I'd hit it earlier. It is 100%, in my opinion, Brailsford makes the call, Jaden Roberts. And this is why I try to tell people, everybody dogs Wilkin. I think Wilkin has played just as well as the other tackle, in my opinion. I think the other tackle has given up. I watched one game where he gave up 3 or 4 pressures, and they said he didn't give up any. And I'm like, well, they watch the same game? And that's not knocking Proctor, it's just reality. But I do think that part of Wilkin's struggle, guys, was that Roberts couldn't always communicate what was going on out there.
And QD said that way before you brought that up, that's probably what the issue was with Roberts.
Yeah, and he, without a doubt, I think that that's what it is. And I think that when you play against a team, that's why when you played Oklahoma, who brings all different types of looks, that was your starting lineup. Then you came back this past week and they went back to the other lineup because it's not as big a deal. And they want to work on the run game more. So, but I think in the Auburn game, the offensive line communication, I know we're not talking keys to victory yet, but to me, that's one of them. Any closing thoughts from you guys before we get to break?
No, I mean, Simeon said it to begin with. The offensive line is going to have to play a really good game because DJ Durkin and Venables are cut from the same cloth with the way they like to call their defenses. And when you talk about a Keldrick Hawk and Xavier Atkins and some of these guys and what they like to do with stunts, twist, blitz, Bama has to be prepared for that. And so that's why I think it'll be a good idea to see that offensive line again that we saw in the Oklahoma game.
Coming back on the other side, we'll talk about a little bit more about what we want to see, keys to victory. We'll run down a few of the maniac moments and comments that they've had, get your thoughts and reactions to that. We'll also close out the show with a little prediction on our part of not just Alabama versus Auburn, but a couple other key games. You listen to the Martin Houston Show. this special Friday edition, Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. Martin and Sons right here on your home for Alabama Sports Talk, 100.9 and 12:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Wyatt Fulton from Tide 100.9. Since moving to Tuscaloosa in 2022, I've been embraced by the community, and we want to help do the same for you and your business. I'm passionate about the Tide listeners, and I know that they will support advertisers whose products and services we endorse. At Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, we can help create customized radio and digital marketing plans to help grow your business. Hit me up at wyatt.fulton@townsquaremedia.com, and I can tell you more, and let's help your business score big.
Do you have timberland you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Courtney White and his team of over 20 years experience offer timber harvesting, timber appraisals, comprehensive management plans for that special tract of land that you own. Courtney and his team can help you decide how to maximize your highest potential for your land. Timber is like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. Contact Courtney White at 205-242-5127. North River Timber co@gmail.com. North River Timber Company.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
If you've been waiting to try learning a new language with Babbel, now is the time. Black Friday has come early this year. Babbel's biggest sale is happening now. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription at our best price of the year, which means a small investment for all your big adventures. Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember. Plus, Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And with a lifetime access to all of Babbel's languages, lessons, podcasts, and cultural insights, just imagine what you can do, or rather, where you could go. So if you've been putting off booking that pastry pilgrimage to France for fear of mispronouncing croissant, take advantage of Babbel's biggest sale of the season. Where will Babbel take you? Find out at Babbel.com. But hurry, this offer ends November 30th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less for a limited time at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Black Friday savings are here at the Home Depot, which means it's time to add new cordless power to your collection. Right now, when you buy a select battery kit from one of our top brands like Ryobi or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tool from that same brand for free. Click into one of our best deals of the season and stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Get Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Hey guys, are you ready to take control of your health, energy, and performance? Primetime Men's Health Clinic is ready to help. Their clinic is built around the idea that men deserve better care, private and tailored to their lives. So if you're experiencing low testosterone, weight gain, hair loss, ED, or just want to perform like you did in your 20s, go to primetimemensclinic.com and change your life. That's right, guys. Change your life by going to primetimemensclinic.com.
The sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team. The Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. Want to encourage you to save the date, January 27th, February 28th, the Empowerment Leadership Series powered by Live to Lead. We got an unbelievable lineup. It's a hybrid event powered by Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions. We'd love to have you reserve your table. Group of 5 in Conference 1 is $350 for 5, $85 for an individual ticket. Going to feature John Maxwell. Going to feature Jesse Cole, the founder of Banana Ball, owner of Savannah Bananas, Anthony Trucks, Craig Rochelle, myself, Dana Duckworth, and many more local talent and individuals will be there 2 days, one conference, 2 days, endless growth. as the Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions series powered by Live to Lead. Go to martinhouston.org. That's martinhouston.org and click the Live to Lead to get all the details. Hey, Sim, someone was asking, Tim Coggins was asking if that was a shirt, the shirt you have on, you have to show it from the Legacy Collection.
Yeah, this is a sweatshirt, actually, a hoodie, and has Martin Houston, and it has a bunch of your different cutout clips of you in action. So figured for my first time on, might as well show some support.
All right, way to rep, man. Way to rep. All right, X. We had some scores. Jump on there real quick. Jacob Powell has it 37-17 with 313. MHS 047 17-13. He has it close, man, with 283
like
passing yards. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Bam Bam
like
72. Bam Bam 72, 33-17 with 300 yards. Tim Robinson 24-20 with 305. Ellis Wheeler 35-21. Sam Pittner 35-14 with 300. Tim Coggins 31-20 with 335. So the Maniacs, all except for MHS 0407, has us getting the 300 yards passing. So kind of a tie bounce back type of scenario. But here's the question. I know I have been guilty. I have dogged him. I have dogged Ty for, in this offense, as of late, not scoring enough points. But I don't want us to underestimate this team would not be the same with Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe was boomer bust, which made our defense what? Boomer bust.
Right.
Even though we're not scoring points, the other team isn't getting to have the ball in great field position consistently. And when they do, we get beat like we did against Oklahoma. That's something that this offense has done. But will that be enough? Will this offense be enough getting 24 points or more? Will that be enough to beat this Auburn team now that they seem to have maybe found some offense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I do think this defense will hold Auburn. I mean, they've played a bunch of different offenses, and they have held. I don't think they've given up more than 24 points to a defense. I mean, to an offense. So I don't think that'll be any more different than anything else. So I think just if Alabama can get to 24, 27, I think the game will be taken care of without much stress.
Y'all keep saying these numbers that include field goal kicks. I don't know how I feel about that.
28 then.
Right. Thank you. No, Auburn has found a little bit of offense, but you have to look at in context of who they found offense against. Alabama's best individual rushing performance this season from a single player was Jam Miller against who? Vanderbilt. How good did Ty look against Vanderbilt, even though he threw his first interception of the season? And so then of course Deuce Knight looked amazing last week, but we still have to look at it in context of it was Mercer.
Yeah,
it's Mercer at the end of the day. As great as he looked, which I think will translate next year for them, and I think they will be better next year. It was Mercer. But I think Alabama's defense is still Alabama's defense. And we've talked since the Florida State game, the most they've given up is 24 points, I think. And of those times they given up 24 points or gotten a team into 20, how many times were they put in a bad position by a fumble? I mean, I'm not, and that's not knocking Ty, but almost every single one of Ty's fumbles have happened in plus territory for the opposing offense. And so that's a free touchdown, a free three, whatever it's been. those are the points we've given up. And then you look at the Oklahoma game, the defense really, truthfully, only gave up 3 where Oklahoma had to drive the ball, which is insane to say.
That is so crazy. That is so crazy. I realize
a field
that,
goal, a fumble, and a pick six. I mean,
but
big punt return, a field goal, a fumble, and a pick six is why we lost that game.
To say that out loud, Simeon, is really bad. Like, they had one drive in that game, but I will give you your due. You literally said halfway through the first half, Simeon, you said Dad, they're only going to have one drive where they drive and score points to win the game, because we've given them all the other drives that they would have had to generate. They're only going to have one, maybe 2 drives, and they're going to win the game. You said that early in the first half when we gave up, I think, our second or third fumble. I think it was our second fumble and the special teams.
Yeah, I mean, when a team like if you're playing a team like Oklahoma, I mean, you don't have to give them much, especially on defense. And so, if you give their offense a short field and with as good of a defense as they have, they're probably going to win that game. And so, when you give up, short fields and plus territory, you don't help your defense out at all, and that really, is what bit Alabama in the butt.
All right, on this side of the break, let's go ahead and hit a 1 or 2 keys to victory.
Yeah, when I'm looking at this game, the keys to victory, we've talked about one of them already, and that's the offensive line. The offensive line has to gel, play smooth, get movement, get blocks, stop this DJ Durkin defense from just having a field day, whether that's getting pressure on Ty or clogging up the run lanes.
I would say controlling the game defensively, not giving up any big plays, momentum shifters. And so if Alabama's defense can go out and just make Auburn drive, I'm convinced that they'll make them, force a turnover or something like that.
Yeah, and our team we've been who we are. We don't score a lot of points, but we do possess the ball a lot, and we win time of possession consistently, or it's pretty even. And that matters. It matters very seldom. I think our defense this year has plenty of time to adjust and make changes during the game, and then make even more changes at halftime, something we didn't have the ability to do last year. And I think that matters. So at a minimum, we need to have some sustained drives, okay? And because of those sustained drives, we can continue to not necessarily have to have a bunch of points, but hopefully we break loose and have this unbelievable passing game and run game. But I'm not expecting that. We're going to get our predictions on the other side. But one of the things I want you both to answer, and Wyatt, you can even jump in on this on the other side. Josh Cuevas is out. How big a deal is that, and how do they replace that offensive production? They didn't have any time to prepare for it last week. They had a week to prepare for it. What will they do this week? Because the second guy is out as well. Danny Lewis is out again. So how do they replace what Cuevas brings to the table? We'll be back on the other side. You listen to the Martin Houston Show with the Harvest Church 2-minute warning.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Today, road conditions in Tuscaloosa, Alabama are relatively quiet with light to moderate traffic as we move past Thanksgiving. The roads are currently clear of accidents, but be aware of long-term construction projects in the area. Road work is happening. One lane is open. 82, this is going both directions between Sam Sutton Road and Boswell Road. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I am Armetta Landrum.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Payments from $199 a month and up to $6,500 off select Nissan models, only at Townsend Nissan. Lifetime warranty, free oil changes, and a pre-approval with no impact to your credit. TownsendNissan.com.
Houston Hydrosteam. That's Houston Hydrosteam. Quality work you can stand on. Whether you're looking for carpet and upholstery cleaning, oriental rug cleaning, residential or commercial water damage, and a whole lot more, you need to call Houston Hydrosteam at 205-553-9460, 553-9460, or visit them online at HoustonHydrosteam.com. And once again, Houston Hydrosteam is quality work you can stand on.
When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
With Taco Casa, it's not really fast food because it's made fresh every day in the store. The quality hasn't changed. The consistency hasn't changed because we haven't changed anything in the food. It's made fresh every morning in every restaurant. I think buzzwords in today's food industry are locally sourced and high quality ingredients. We want to say, that sounds great. We've been doing that since 1974. Under the biggest cactus in town, Taco Casa.
Black Friday at Irvin's Working Western is going to be rowdier than a turkey on Red Bull. First 20 spending 40 at North Porter Skyline Boulevard get a mystery gift bag worth up to $250. Could be gear, could be magic, who knows? Deals on Carhartt, Ariat, Wrangler, Cool, and Levi's so good you'll swear we mispriced them. Like Carhartt tees, 2 for $30. And boots? More styles than your Uncle Jeb has excuses. Get to Irvin's quick and tell them Van the Bootman sent you.
Get ready, ladies. Black Friday is happening November 28th at the Northport Irvins, and Chrissy's Boutique is bringing the style. Shop tons of new arrivals, cozy sweaters, cute dresses, perfect fit jeans, boots, shoes, and all of the accessories to finish your look. It's the perfect day to grab gifts, treat yourself, and kick off the holiday season in style. Don't miss the Black Friday sale at Chrissy's Boutique inside Irvins in Northport. One day only, and it's going to be fabulous.
Tell them Van the Bootman sent you.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
All righty, welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. We have a special guest with us. Maybe he'll be able to jump on with a little more often. That is Simeon, the caboose, bringing it up as we get ready to kick off this Harvest Church 2-minute warning. Got a lot to get to, our score prediction, a couple other games, but also ask you that question about keys to victory and Ty missing his as let me see who said it. Jacob Powell said Cuevas is his security blanket. So Sam Pittner saying Ty is pretty calm dude, but I think he needs to come out angry with something to prove. Let it fly, Ty. Man, that's a T-shirt right there, baby. if we can get that, if we could get that little phrase right there, those 4 words from Ty Simpson, this team is good enough to win a national championship. If Ty lets it fly, trust what he sees right off the bat, with the defense we have, Alabama can win it all. Will he be that guy? This is a redemption game for him, according to Sam Pittner. I'd love to see him come out and straight dominate this Auburn defense, just rip them to pieces. And Teresa Pittner, Miss Pittner said, yep, along with every other player coming out with the same attitude. X. How big a deal is it that Ty has lost his security blanket and he needs to let it rip?
Oh, man, see, the thing is, I thought, okay, Josh is out. That's a big hit. But there's another player that you could call his potential security blanket, because you saw it early on in the season and you kind of saw it come back last week, and that was Kevin Riley. Because when he wasn't throwing it to Josh to get it out of his hands and get yards, he was throwing it to Kevin. Well, Kevin, somehow he's out this week. He broke his jaw earlier this week in practice. Prayers to him, hopefully that they both heal up. But who do you go to now? Well, Daniel Hill can be that guy.
I finna say Daniel's been the guy up until last week.
Well, it was Kevin. It was Kevin and Josh, and then it was mainly Josh with Daniel every so often. But I think I think it goes back to being Daniel as the true security blanket. But of course, there's other guys. I think Caleb Edwards and Marshall Pritchard are going to be heavily involved in the game plan as well. We saw that last week.
Yeah, Simeon, your thoughts?
Yeah, I would say Caleb Edwards or Daniel Hill in the flat. I mean, if you just look at some of the safety blanket routes that Cuevas was running, I think Caleb Edwards and Daniel Hill can somewhat supplement that. Not going to be able to fully replace that, but I mean, I think those guys can fill that void.
Yeah, and for me, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit. Daniel Hill's been that guy, and he used him. Cuevas, he and Cuevas was one catch apart, and they both were wide open. Would have been wide open on the fourth down if we had just did what we did the rest of the game against Oklahoma. So Daniel Hill in the Oklahoma game was what you were saying Kevin Riley was last week. So if Daniel is fully there, Jam is also, I think the running back position, period, whoever's in is really that safety blanket. He has to use that. Here's my question. My concern is, will Ty use it or will he keep holding the ball? Because if he gets that ball to them a little bit early, I don't know if you saw the Ravens last night, they never used Derrick Henry in the pass game, but they threw it to him immediately as a safety valve. He goes 60 yards or whatever. I think Alabama has that potential there. I think that's what you have to do. But I think they're also going to replace Cuevas in other ways with guys like Meadows and Lewis. I think they're going to use him. I don't think we miss him in the run game because he's not that great inline runner. You can't lose a guy of his caliber and it not hurt a little bit, but at least we had a week to prepare for it. Let's run through some of the other big games, and then we'll get our score prediction.
Okay, we got Ohio State, Michigan in the game. See me?
No. Oh, sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
Michigan's won it 4 years in a row. I'm gonna go with Michigan again. So just because keep the streak going.
Anything in particular? Why Michigan?
I feel like whenever Michigan and Ohio State plays, Ohio State always tries to play Michigan's game, and that's not who they are. And so, why not let Jeremiah Smith send him on like 4 go routes a game? They don't do that against Michigan for some reason. So that's all.
Who you got?
I want to pick Michigan, and I'm hoping Michigan wins. But I think the Ohio State defense is legit. They haven't played a lot of people, but I still think Patrician makes it difficult on quarterbacks, and so they're going to be a one-dimensional team. Ohio State wins the game, but I don't think it's going to be this blowout.
Yeah, I'm going Ohio State winning a close one. Then we've got Georgia Tech. Who y'all got?
Let's make it a little quick, guys.
Georgia, big.
Yeah, I think Georgia takes care of business. I think this Georgia team is playing really, really good, and I'm hoping Texas A&M doesn't fool around and lose, and we have to play Georgia again because it's tough to beat any team twice in the same season. I don't want to have to face those guys again with this team versus what we bring to the table.
I'm gonna be the different one. I'm taking Tech, A&M, and Texas. Who y'all got?
Texas. Give me Texas. Arch is gonna have breakout game.
Now this is what's funny is I have to say I want Texas A&M to win because I want to play Texas A&M. But unfortunately, I think Texas figures out how to win.
I guess I'm gonna be different again. I'm going to A&M. I think they finished the season undefeated. But back to the Alabama game, We've talked about it. We've got Alabama on the road in the Iron Bowl. What's y'all scores for that game?
I have Alabama winning 28-17. I don't think Auburn is honestly close to the same talent if both teams play to the highest level. And I think Ty and the defense are going to have one of their best games of the season.
All right. Hey, and I'm calling for 2 field goals. 34. 34-17 with Ty getting 340.
2 field goals or a missed PAT?
I'm leaning towards Miss PAT.
I got 34-17, and it's possible that this defense could absolutely stifle Auburn and them not even get 17. And if they don't, Alabama just yanks one from Auburn like crazy. X. I had 340 passing.
I got 28-13. Ty has 312 passing. Sam, what passing yards you got for Ty?
317.
Believe in the Ty, baby. Ty comes out. Ty let it fly. Ty let it fly. We're gonna post that everywhere. Someone said, Samuel Pittner said, please no field goals. That is so bad. That is so bad. Hey, Wyatt, I know you got your own show, so I won't ask you to predict the exact score. But do you have Bama winning it?
I do. I've got Bama winning this game and going to Atlanta. Let's just hope it doesn't come down to the right leg of a certain kicker.
Hey, do you have us playing Georgia or A&M?
I've got Alabama playing Texas A&M. I think going to Austin's going to be tough, but A&M's defense has been really nasty this whole year. And so if they can just kind of do what Georgia did to Arch Manning, I think that offense will be more than fine for Texas A&M.
Yeah, Lance Larkin tiebreaker is Ty's passing yards. Real quick, X, it is what it is in terms of that game, but they hadn't beat anybody. Same thing with Ohio State. That's why Ohio State could end the season 10-2. I just throw that out there. They could, and A&M could end the season 10-2. Not saying they will, but they both could. So we'll see what happens. That's crazy.
Texas
right?
didn't play nobody last year either outside of Georgia and A&M, and they got past A&M last year. So I think A&M repays it.
Yeah, but they also didn't make it out of the playoff. They end up losing to the 2 teams that had winning.
I don't care if they win anything after this week. I hope they lose the next 2 games for all I care.
All right, hey, let's Simeon, closing thoughts, man. We got to get out of here.
Alabama rolls big tomorrow. Thank you for having me. It's been a fun first show, so maybe we can do this again.
All right, hey, thanks. That's Xavier. That's Simeon. That's Wyatt. I'm Martin Houston. Thanks all the callers, viewers, chatters, all the maniacs for being part of the program. We'll be back on Monday to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with Kenneth Smith III, and hopefully a Bama victory. We're going to ban Blind Squirrel Sport picking Auburn to win 23-17. But other than that, remember this: trust in the Lord always, and not your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. Roll Tide out there, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.